This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, friends. Welcome to GoOnlineTrainings.com. We had seen a couple of MDX queries, very basic queries we understood. And we had seen what is a member, what is a set, what is a tuple. And we also knew that we cannot have data in more than two axes. Max is x-axis and y-axis. We cannot have the data in the z-axis. Yesterday also we have experimented that, right? And one of the interview question people have asked, right? So what is the cube size? So what is the data warehousing size? Okay, so people would ask you this: what is your data warehouse size, right? So people would ask you what is your cube size. So all these things we should know very well. So data warehouse means you have to go to your SQL server, and I'm in SQL server, and you have your data warehouse. So when you go to data warehouse, right click on it, go to properties. Okay, when you go to properties, and you should be able to identify the data, base size here, right? Size. What is size? 8.5 MB. But in the real time, it will be in terabytes. Okay, it will be in the terabytes. And who's the owner? Bhaskar is the owner. So what is the size of the data warehousing? You should be able to get it very easily. Clear? So how do you get this? So very simple. Go to your data warehousing, right click on this, go to properties. So the size is 8.5 MB, but in the read time, it may be 8.5 terabyte. Clear? So people would ask you, what is the data warehousing size? You can say that 8 terabyte. Clear? 10 terabytes like that. So 10 years of data, we're having it here. It is approximately 8 terabyte of data that we have. Now, you have created a cube, right? What is the cube size? Okay, so this is my analysis services, and this is my cube database. Right click on this, go to properties, and the size is here. So you're getting a estimated size. Okay, that is also size, right? So you can go, what is your cube size? Estimated size. It is approximately uh, 0.5 MB. You can tell them that we have approximately 1 terabyte. 1 terabyte or 2 terabytes is my cube size. Clear? So what is your cube name? So my cube name is called Amazon Sales Cube. Okay. The database will have cube, right? So cube is nothing but a collection of tables, right? So which is in multi-dimensional format. What is the cube size? You can get it. Estimated size is this much. 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, something like this. You can tell. So right click on this, go to properties, right? Estimated size. So this is what is called your OLAP size. Clear? So people may tell you all these things, and you can tell them clearly, and it is very easy to understand these things. Clear? Yeah. So now let me go and work on new query windows. Now I'm going to be writing, lot of MDX queries. I would like to show you today two things. What is an attribute? Okay. What is an attribute and what is a hierarchy? So these two things you have to know clearly. What is an attribute and what is a hierarchy? Now, these are measures. Measures means numerical values that we knew, right? When you open customer, so you have a customer name, customer key. These two called as attributes. Attributes means columns. That's it. Attributes means what? Columns. So attributes means these. But what is hierarchy? What is hierarchy means I'll go to a location. City is a attribute, a column. Country is a column. Location key is a column. State is a column. This is what is called a hierarchy. This is what is called hierarchy. So when you drag and drop, you will get the city from here. You can also get the city from here because hierarchy will have a country-wise, state-wise, city-wise data. You go to city. When you open this, you have a city. When you drag and drop city, you will be able to get something here. right? So this is dragging attributes because this one, this one, this one, this one is an attribute. So these are hierarchies. You can also drag and drop city from here. If you have hierarchy, so you will be able to understand this, right? So you will be able to understand, you will be able to get what is this? This is what data you would like to see. It is a city data, it is a member. And what is this? It is a hierarchy name from where you are able to get the data. What is this? It is a it is a dimension, right? So dim location, we have renamed as a location. Do you remember? So dim location, so in the DSV level, so it is actually location table, right? You right click and we go to properties. Now we had given friendly name is a location, but actual name is called dim location. So what is a location? Location is nothing but it is a dimension. Clear? So people would ask you, what is this? This is what is called a dimension. Dimension means a table which can store character data, which is a dimension. The next, this is what is called hierarchy name. Hierarchies we have created, right? So where you have created a hierarchy, you go to location dimension, and these are the attributes. Have you seen? These are attributes. Clear? This is what is called hierarchy. Again, hierarchy, same attributes we have dragged and dropped. This is hierarchy name, right? So this is hierarchy name. And again, you have country, state, city. These are attributes. The same attributes are also available as part of this. Okay, this is hierarchy name, location hierarchy. So when you go here, location hierarchy is the name of the hierarchy. This is actually hierarchy. Hierarchy means path from where you are able to get the data. So this is what data you are getting. This is a member, or you can say value. What level data? I wanted to see city level data. This is member data value, whatever you would like to have it. So let me drag and drop one more hierarchy. This is also one hierarchy, right? So let me go to one more table. I'll go to product table. Let me open category name, product key. All these are attributes, right? So let me go drag and drop category name from here. This is attribute. Clear? So we can drag and drop attribute as well as we can also drag and drop hierarchy. Where is the hierarchy in the product table? So this is hierarchy. When you open it again, you will have category name and category this one. So let me drag and drop this. Again, you will have three things. One is called a dimension. So this is what is called a dimension. And after the dimension, what is the hierarchy from where you are able to get the data? This is hierarchy name and which level of data you are going to be getting, level or which member. What is the data? It may be a level or a member. What level data you would like to see? I would like to see city level data, category name data. So when you drag and drop something here as well, attribute also, the first one is called a dimension. Clear? So always the first one is what? Dimension. The first one is dimension. The second one, so the second in between one, it is also called as a hierarchy there. When you drag and drop attribute, you will be able to get again city here. This is hierarchy name. The last one is city. This is what is called what level data you wanted to get it. So here also we have a dimension. In between you have which path you're using and getting the data. This is hierarchy name or a path. So, and this is level data. Now, when you drag and drop an attribute, so what is an attribute here? You go to the product and category name, and this attribute we are going to be dragging and dropping. The first one is called again dimension. The first one is called always a dimension. You need to know what is a dimension means. The middle one is always called as a hierarchy. From which hierarchy you are able to get the data. So middle one is hierarchy. The last one is which level data you are going to be getting it. Clear? The question is whether you use attributes or whether you use hierarchy doesn't matter, because hierarchy is one way of dealing with the data. I will be able to get the data in this format. For example, I would like to see the data. There is a browser tab here, right? So now I would like to see the data in the country data. Now you will be able to get countries. I wanted to have the data, state data. You will be able to get states. So we have Andhra Pradesh, Florida, Like that, we have states of America, states of India. I wanted to have a states of cities data. So what are the cities we have? So we have a lot of cities from India, lot of cities from USA. Clear? So Dallas, and we have Cherry Hill, Chennai, Chatham, and all these from America, Hollywood, right? Houston. So we have Hyderabad. This is my city, right? So where we have all the data is got mixed up, right? So I have also created a beautiful hierarchy. If you go to hierarchy, see how the data is organized. See now, it is India. Now after that we have states. Now after that we have this. This is a beautifully organized. Clear? Now I go to USA. Florida is a state, a province, and you have within the state, these are the cities. Clear? And where the sales is happening. I want to have a Maryland. So Baltimore, Parkville, Tucson is the Maryland is a state, and these are the towns or cities. Clear? And New Jersey and Chatham, Cherry Hill, New York, and Trenton. Clear? And Rhode Island. So where you have Newport, Providence and Warwick. So these are the towns in this state. Clear? So which is automatically created the data because I have the data. I'll show you the data. So this is my data, right? So I'll go use Amazon DW. So I'm storing the data in this manner. So dim location, right? So when you execute this, so it's clearly having this is the country name. This is the, let me show you in Excel sheets, right? Yeah, let me increase the font size. Now let me go and do like this and do like this. Now this is my data. Now you can see clearly what data we are going to get, right? Now, see, we have a Telangana, Hyderabad. Within Andhra Pradesh, we have this data. So it is grouping the data within this state. It is going to show you these two things. Clear? So that is why, because when you see within a country, we have created a state. Within the state, we have created a city. When you go to browser tab, it is going to be organizing because the data is stored in this format like this. Clear? So when you have a table data, in a table we cannot create hierarchies because table is two dimensional. I wanted to have hierarchy data, so that you can create as part of SSAS. Within this, see now, within Florida we have these many cities, and we have it is part of US. It is creating a proper plan like this. USA, Florida, you should be able to see a beautiful thing like this. Clear? So what is the learning point here? So we can visualize the data in the with the help of attributes. We can also visualize the data. If you have a hierarchies, we can also drag and drop this. That is what I wanted to tell you. But you should know what is the dimension name, what is hierarchy, what is level. So these are the things that you should know. Now I wanted to show you something here. I want to get country wise sales amount. Clear? So now I'm going to be using attribute. Okay. So select from the cube name. What is the cube name? Cube name is here. So what we need? Sales amount. Always drag and drop measure first. That is the best practice. You can drag and drop country also, but that always measure. So sales amount, drag and drop. Beautifully dragged and dropped it on one comma. Many people will forget this comma and they say, sir, my MDX query is not working. It is not going to work because you need to follow the rules. Now I say country wise. Where is the country available? Let me go to location, and there is a country. Where is country here? So don't drag and drop this. If you open it, you will be able to get the country. These are attributes. So remember, these are attribute. This is hierarchy. I wanted to drag and drop country from here. I'll say on 0. Let me say on 0. It is on 1. So measures always in x-axis, right? So you can have interchange also, there's no problem. But let me give you this data, right? India and this one. So the sales is this much. Now the same thing I wanted to create, but not using attributes. I wanted to use a hierarchy. Is there any difference? Let me remove this. So I go to hierarchy. Now I can also have country here, drag and drop country. So the path is the different. Whether you watch 2D movie, 3D movie, story will not change. Whether you go in door number one, door number two, you will get same mangoes and same apples, according to yesterday example. Whether you use this country or this country doesn't matter. It's attribute. So let me execute it. Is there any difference in the data wise? There is no difference. You can execute both queries at a time by using go in between. Let me just see that. Have you seen India sales is this much, India sales is this much, USA sales is this much, USA sales is this much. There is no difference in the data, but you have different paths altogether. Clear? So, for example, I would like to give you some more things. I would like to give you country-wise, state-wise. Okay. So, I would like to include country-wise, state-wise. Okay, sales amount. So how can we drag and drop country? Because all these things I am going to be using the same query, and I have to drag and drop one more extra thing, right? So I have a country, drag and drop it. Let me remove and put comma, and I would like to drag and drop state, but remember I'm using attributes. Clear? So country is a attribute because all these are attributes. Now, this is what is called hierarchy. State. When you open state, you will get one more state. You drag and drop state. So, I have to use a set or tuple. This is the hierarchy or the path. Path is this. This path is this. It is having different path. This is what is called a tuple. Tuple can have a members with comma and close it. You can say on one. Clear? Let me execute. This will give me a data a country wise and state wise. Clear, guys? So, country wise, India, 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 yes, yes, yes. This is a sales. That is what. So, I don't need a null value. So, I can use what? Non-empty. So, this is what is called a row. So, row should not be empty row. I would like to have non-empty data that we can use. So, I can use that. Now the same query I wanted to use with the help of hierarchy. Clear? Hierarchy I'm going to be using. Let me delete everything here. So let me drag and drop hierarchy. I need a country. This is hierarchy. Drag and drop country. Beautifully done, comma. Drag and drop state. Fine. Now, if you see carefully, the path is the same, similar path. Location dot hierarchy. From this path, you're getting country, and this is the path. Path is the same. This is what is called set now. Okay, this is called set. When you use hierarchy, the path is the same. Now, it is set. Now, I wanted to understand it is on one. On one means it is y-axis data, right? So now I wanted to put comma. Now put comma here. I wanted to show you the data. Now see the problem here. What is the problem? Now you are able to get in single column. So this is India, and again you have USA. So below it is showing you Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka. You don't understand, what is a country and what is, state here, right? But in this, so it is showing you two columns, right? So So when you have an attribute, the report is beautifully created. But when you use hierarchy, it is showing everything in a single column. You go mad here. Clear? So sometimes hierarchies are bad. Sometimes hierarchies are good as well. I will tell you when it is good, but sometimes, maximum times, hierarchies are good only. Once or twice hierarchies are bad. So this is one place where you are, going to be getting a wrong output. You don't understand whether it is a country or whether it is a state, right? So don't understand. So when you see hierarchy, everything will be available in a single column. Clear? But here it is creating two columns. Cleanly, it is displaying the data. Clear? So that is what I wanted to tell you here. So using attribute, you will be able to get year wise, you will be able to get this. But here, everything is got mixed up. So drag and drop year, drag and drop what? So month. So everything will be in a single column, but here this one. So sometimes attributes are good, sometimes hierarchies are bad, but sometimes hierarchy is also good in some other examples. Clear? So this is what you should understand. So you need to visualize the data before giving it to the end user. So whether you have dragged and dropped attribute or hierarchy, I'll show you. Can I use mix and match? So I would like to use one attribute, one hierarchy. Can we use like that? Why not? So I wanted to use attribute and I wanted to use hierarchy also. Let me take this. So I wanted to use, this is hierarchy, right? Let me remove. I wanted to take an attribute. The country is available here, right? Country. This country is available here. I wanted to have it. The path will be definitely different path. So this is the path and this is the path. It is having different paths. It is a tuple, right? So always you need to put comma here, and at the end you have to close the brackets, and this will become tuple. So in this case, I have used one attribute and one hierarchy, or first one will be hierarchy, the second one will be attribute. Can we have like this? Why not? You should be able to get the same data. You can see half of the movie in 2D, half of the movie in 3D in theaters. So the story will not change, right? End of the day, the story is the same story. So you will be able to get the same thing, but in two columns. Clear? So this is also fine. You will be able to get. So everything is properly created. So you can have anything, any column you can drag and drop anywhere. So MDX queries are going to work, but you should aware that you should know that we can drag and drop the data from here and we can drag and drop the from here. Now, so this is what you got to understand. Now one more point I would like to have it. So requirement, month on a column and year on a row cannot achieve this requirement using hierarchy, because same hierarchy cannot be used to achieve only this using attribute. So one more query I would like to have, year wise, okay, and month wise, okay. So month wise sales or quantity sold or both, whatever you would like to have. Year wise, month wise, quantity sold. Select from the cube name. So year wise, always drag and drop the measure first. What is the measure? Quantity sold. Always it is on x-axis. Okay. Now let us concentrate on year wise. Where is the year? I'm talking about delivery date year and sale date year. I'm talking about sale date year number. So where is the year number? All these are attributes. This is what is called hierarchy. Now I go to year number, you will get year number, drag and drop. This is attribute. Okay. Now I need year wise and month wise also. Where is the month? Month is available in month number, new month number, drag and drop this month. Now, so you see the path. The path is not the same, right? So it is a different path here, different path here. It will become a tuple, right? So it will become a tuple on one. So I'm going to give you year-wise, month-wise quantity sold like this. Clear? So I can give you year-wise, month one. Month one means Jan, Feb, March, April, like that. This is the quantity sold. It is happening. There's no problem. So lot of non-empty data is appearing. I can remove by putting non-empty. Clear? So I can have non-empty like this. We can have the date. Okay. Now the requirement is that year on x-axis or columns. You can say year number. I would like to show this in columns. Month number. Okay, month number. I wanted to have this in rows because this is x-axis and this is y-axis, right? I would like to split. This is I wanted to combine with this, and this is separate one. I would like to have it. So I would like to have like this: year number on columns, month number on rows. So we knew that we can simply take this out from here. You put comma, and you can have it there. So this is what is the path. This is what is the path. The path is the different one. So this is a tuple, right? Tuple, and I wanted to have on 0, comma, and I would like to have this as a on 1. Can we have like this? Why not? So you should be able to create like this, and there's no problem. Clear? So I wanted to have what? So along with this measure, they wanted to have year number in a column, month number in a row. Can we, remove like this? Because I have two bags. From one bag item, I have, shifted to in one more bag. So this is one bag, and this is separate item I'm carrying. So can we execute? You are going to get an issue. What is the issue? No, you don't get an issue. Now you're able to get a proper thing here. Now there is no issue here. Okay, so there is no error, but where we'll get the errors also we'll see. So I'm able to see month wise. This is month wise. So it is a quantity sold in year 2012 and in month 1. In 2013 January, in 2014 January. It is a beautiful report going to create. It is there is no error. So what I have drag and drop it, I have used attributes here. Okay, I have used attribute. There is no problem. But same thing I wanted to achieve with the help of hierarchy. Same thing I'm going to be using. So instead of attribute, hierarchy. Hierarchy means what? You will be able to get this year number from hierarchy. Where is hierarchy? I have one hierarchy here. So I have a year number, drag and drop. Fine. So here also I'm going to be using month number. Again, use hierarchy. So where is hierarchy? Month number is available. So drag and drop. Okay. So only I have changed this one. So remaining things as it is. So this is also hierarchy. This is also hierarchy, and this is in x-axis, and this is in y-axis. And as per the requirement, what is the requirement? Year number is in column and a month number is in rows. So you are going to get now error. So what is the error? Also, I'll tell you. It is telling me hierarchy already appears. I told you one thing yesterday. If you drag and drop some hierarchy, hierarchy cannot be repeated. Hierarchy cannot be repeated. What is getting repeated? So the path. Hierarchy means a path, right? So now you see the path. So this is already available in axis 0. The same path you cannot repeat in axis 1. So that's what I told you. Same hierarchy cannot be used more than once. So you will not be able to achieve year-wise, month-wise on different rows and columns with the help of hierarchy, but the same thing can be applied with the help of an attribute. Clear? So you cannot have the same path. If you already one path is appeared here, the same path cannot be there in one more axis. Already it is available. This already we discussed in the earlier, yesterday also, right? So requirement month on column and year on row, or vice versa also. Cannot achieve this requirement using hierarchy because same hierarchy can't be used in rows and columns, but achieve this only using attribute. Clear? So filter things we have used yesterday. So I wanted to have get a total sales amount for 2014 and 2015. Clear? Let me tell you how to achieve that. So I'm again trying to use some filter functions. Clear? So 2014 and 2015, they wanted to have sales. It is very simple. Select from the cube name. So different way, ways in which we can write. What they need? They need the measure sales amount on zero. Okay. Now they need a 2014 data. So 2014 we can achieve from there. So we can drag and drop attribute or hierarchy, doesn't matter. So 2014 when you go, you will be able to get 2014 sales, comma, and a 2015 sales also you can get it. So 2014 sales, 2615 sales. Here, this is the same path we are having. If the path is the same, it is a set, right? So you have to put like this on one. So we are able to understand a 2014 and a 2015 sales. What it is telling? Oh, it is measures dot sales amount. Sorry. Drag and drop the cube name. Okay. So now you're able to see 2014 and 2015 sales. This is one way of writing it. So if you need only 2015 data, so 2015 data also we can get it. Only 2014 data we can get it. Or if you need 2015 data, that is also fine. Even though you have brackets, no issues. Okay. So you should be able to get 2014 data separately, 2015 data separately. If you wanted to get, okay, a separated data, we can also use where clause, right? So what we can do, we can go and instead of having here, I wanted to have 20,015 data. You can have a where clause, and you can have 2015 data. You execute it. So 1915 blah blah blah. The above query is also giving you this, right? 2015 data. So both are same, right? So when you open this one and try to execute both queries, you should be able to get the same data. There is no difference at all here and there. Clear, guys? Now I wanted to include not only 14 but also 15 data. I would like to have it in the where clause. Okay, one is 14 comma, I wanted to have 15 data. The path is the same. When the path is the same, this is what is called a set. Clear? Now I wanted to get 14 data and 15 data. That is what is my thinking. I would like to have the 14 data, 15 data. So I can have like this. This is 14 data comma, I would like to have 15 data. I can execute like this. You will get two rows. Now let me execute the bottom query. What happened? Let us see. It is now summing 2014, 2015 put together. Clear? It is summing automatically. For example, this is a 10 billion sales. This is a 20 billion sales. The total is 30 billion sales. Okay. When you write in the where clause, it is not going to show you individual data. Clear? If you need individual data, you need to do it in the select clause itself. Clear? So all these things you need to observe. So it is filtering, but it is also filtering. It is also filtering, but understand it is not going to give you individual data. If it is a 10 plus 20 is a 30, so total sum it is going to be doing automatically, giving you the total sales of these two. 10 plus 20 is equals to 30, right? If you need individual data, you have to use this kind of a query statement. Clear? So whatever the customer asks depends upon that. You need to create, the MDX query, whether, should we choose, the select itself, or we can also have the vary clause. Clear? For a single uh, data, you can use anything, but if you have multiple values, then it will be problem. For example, I wanted to know what is the sales of, category called so category name. So what is the sales of furniture category? So this will give you the sales of furniture category, right? But I would like to have the same thing here as well. This will give you furniture category sales. But I wanted to get not only furniture category, but also some other category. So what is the category? Let us say food and beverages category. Okay. So I wanted to have something like this. So I can easily do like this individual amounts, individual categories. But if I add a drag and drop in the beverages column, what will happen? We cannot write two where clauses. Okay, so that is what you have to do like this. It is going to be giving you this sales plus this sales. That is what it is going to give you, not anything. Kevit is saying what? Only for the viewing, we need to add access, right? Yeah, X access and this. And also it is filtering now, right? So whatever the data you would like to have, it is also filtering the data. So whatever you would like to have it, the columns can be filtered, yes. Rendering purpose, we use select. Select is displaying the data. So where we're going to display the data, X axis as well as in the Y axis. Okay. I wanted to tell you one more thing today. Okay, so I told you always, what is that I told you? Don't drag and drop this country. Always I'm telling you country, right? So when you open, you will get one more country. So it always use this. What is this and what is this? I'll tell you. For example, I have India. India sales is $12 billion. Okay, and USA sales is, let us say, $20 billion. What is the grand total? Grand total, okay, grand total is what? Grand total is 20 plus this total 32. Clear? So this is world grand total, and this is stored, it is going to be stored like all, and it is going to be keeping it here. So this is how the cube is going to be putting the grand totals as well. Remember this point. Clear? So what is all member? All member is a grand total. For example, all means India and USA. What is India sales is 12 and USA sales is 12, 10, and the all means grand total. If you wanted to get individual data, if you wanted to get individual data, okay. So if you wanted to get individual data, what you have to do it? You need to drag and drop these members. Okay, so this is going to point to this individual members. Now it is member. If you wanted to see what is the grand total, you have to drag and drop this. This is always pointing to all. By default, SSAS will keep all member by default member. Clear? All means grand total. If you drag and drop country, this will give you 32. If you drag and drop country, it will give you grand totals. Clear? So remember, when you open, drag and drop this country, which is pointing to all, when you drag and drop this country, which is pointing to this. Clear? I always say don't drag and drop the country. If you drag and drop country, you don't get individual things. Let me show you now. Clear? Let me erase this. Now what I would like to have, I would like to get the grand total. Select from the cube name. So I say sales amount. So what I told you, you go to country. So if you go to country, this is an attribute. I always say don't drag and drop this. If you drag and drop, you will get like this. You set on. It is pointing to what? All member. So it will give you grand total of all countries. So when you execute it, see, it is giving you all. It is pointing to what? All member. But I need individual countries. What you do? You should not drag and drop this country. You open it. You will be able to see like something like this. You can just put it there. Clear? So this will give you individual countries. individual countries. But I need a grand total also. What you do? If you need a grand total, you need to go here and you will have your members. What you do? You point to all. All means you point to this. You will be able to get a grand total as well as individual data. So you need to have a function called members. Okay. See, it is a country, all and members. What are the members? The individual members are available here, India and USA. So you can say members function. You can use like this. You will be able to get all plus India. When you go to your country, what is the default member? All is there. All is getting added by default. So when you create a cube, automatically all will get added. So this all is pointing to the first country. This pointing to the second country. When you go to a city, again you will have all grand total of all these fellows, all these cities. So all is a default member everywhere. For example, you take dim time. You go to browser. Okay. For example, you say year number. Year number, you again you will have all and a distinct year numbers will be there. Clear? So when you go and drag and drop year number, this will give you grand total, but I need members. So you can say this year number you need to drag and drop. Clear? So never go and drag and drop. It is pointing to all. All means the grand totals of all these years. If you need individual things means you have to drag and drop this. Clear? So especially for the attributes. So this is what is very important. Then you should be able to practice that. Clear? So what is all member? What is that one I have discussed, and we are also discussed what is the where clause and everything. So I wanted to have what is the sales of Rin soap, Dove soap. You can drag and drop individual items like this. Clear, guys? So this completes a basics of MDX queries, and we'll have another 3 to 4 days. We'll discuss with different functions which are available in your MDX queries, which are very simple. MDX is not very complex. Only you need to understand and practice, drag and drop whatever you want to have it. Correct? So you should know what is a set, what is a tuple, what is an attribute, what is a hierarchy. So that nothing else. If I use where clause, what will happen? If I don't use where clause, what will happen? So like that, you need to experiment here and there. You should be able to create beautiful repeat reports, especially SSRS reports. If you wanted to create, you can also use a cube, right? You can also use cube and create a beautiful SSRS reports, and even Power BI can be connected to your cube, multi-dimensional cube. You can use it, or a tabular model cube that is also can be connected to Power BI and create lot of beautiful reports. Clear? So when we learn SSRS, we will also see how to create a report with multi-dimensional cubes. Or after this class also we can see uh, how can we use this MDX queries in our reporting, because end of the day we are not going to give MDX queries to end user. So end user wanted to see, I wanted to have country level, product level sales, by a given region. So I need a report like this. What we do, we go to the cube, we create a MDX query. The query will be given as part of SSRS report. Now SSRS gets the data, visualize the data in that. But SSRS is getting the data from where? From the cube. So through MDX query. Clear? So MDX queries are used in your SSRS reports. Any questions?